Good morning and Jai Hind. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the parties involved in bill of exchange. The first party is drawer. The person who orders a bank to withdraw money from an account to pay a designated person a specific sum according to the term of the bill. That means a drawer is the maker of bill of exchange. He used to prepare the bill of exchange because here the sale, credit sale have been made by the drawer, and for that a document is prepared by the drawer and duly signed by him, and it is sent to the drawee for acceptance. And in that document, a order to pay a specific amount till a due date has been mentioned with duly stamped. It is duly stamped over document, and it is an unconditional order, which we have already discussed, that a bill of exchange is an unconditional order, and a proper amount which has to be paid on the due date is also mentioned over there. So all that has been duly written in that document and is prepared by the drawer and sent to the drawee for acceptance. The next party is drawee. That means a person who has to make the payment. That means who had made a credit purchase, and he has to make the payment, do the payment to the drawer. So, for that, if the bill of exchange is prepared and is sent to the drawee, then drawee had to accept that uh, bill of exchange, and after due duration, the drawee has to make the payment of the which is mentioned in bill of exchange within that due duration limit. And this bill of exchange is considered as bills payable, which is a liability, which we have already seen that bills payable is a current liability. So this bill of exchange, which is accepted by the drawee, is a bills is has to be written as bills payable in the accounts of drawee. Now the third party, that is the payee, and it is a person to whom the bill money is payable. That means the amount which is mentioned in a bills of exchange, that amount has to be paid to the payee. That most of the times the payee and the drawer are the same person, but it is not necessary. Sometimes the drawer may endorse the bill or discount the bill to the bank, and in that case, the drawer and the payee would be two different persons. And whoever be the payee, the bill of exchange would be considered as bills receivable, that means current asset for that person. Now let us see the advantages of bills of exchange. A bill of exchange is used in settlement of debts. I told you regarding the credit sales and credit purchase. So, uh, bills of exchange is used for the case when you make a credit sales by the drawer and credit purchase by the drawee. So, in that case, it is used as the settlement of debts. It fixes the date of payment, as a particular date, a particular period has been mentioned in bill of exchange. So it fixes the date on which the payment has to be made. It is a written and signed acknowledgement of debts. As I've told you that this is a written document, there is no verbal conversation between the drawer and drawee, and it is written, it is legal document, and it is signed by the maker also. That this is a one great advantage in future. A debtor enjoys full period of credit, so there is no hurry to make the payment on behalf of the debtor. That means if a period of 2 or 3 months are given or provided to the debtor by the drawee, then in that case the drawer can enjoy full 2 or 3 months, and after that period he is asked to make the payment. A drawer can convert the bill into cash by getting it discounted with the bank. Sometimes it happens that before the maturity of bill of exchange, if a drawer wants some money, wants some consideration for the bill of exchange, and if he has an urgent requirement to make any other payment, then drawer has the option to go to the bank and discount his bill of exchange, or he may also endorse the bill of exchange to the third party easily.